1, 2, 3, 4.
Check, check. Yo, yo, yo.
So basically what we've been doing for our music unit this year is we've been making documentaries on some aspect of the Brisbane music scene, be it a band, a festival or a venue. The history of Brisbane's little faction of music makers and how it's different from, what the music scene is in, Sydney or Melbourne or other big cities.
I think it's really good seeing the start of a lot of more famous Brisbane bands like Powderfinger, Violent Soho and stuff. It's also really good to build up your knowledge about people with common interests as you, especially in the music scene with the documentaries and stuff we've been doing.
We just get more of an insight of what Brisbane's about musically and it's just pretty cool to just see all Brisbane bands having a good career and stuff like that.
I think that the best thing was probably just learning about the topic that we chose and also sharing your perspective and sharing your findings about your topic. I learned a lot about the jazz industry, things that I didn't know before, different venues that I hadn't really heard of and who performs at them and what kind of people like going to these venues and different performers that I hadn't heard of before, which I thought was really cool.
Really just getting out into the environment and doing a lot more practical learning than just sitting in a classroom and saying, people talking to you about, oh yeah, this is what can happen. Whereas you got to go out, you got to speak to people, see how they did it, because every story is different. There's no sort of set path because there's so many different paths you can take. We met John Collins, who was the bass guitarist for Powderfinger at the Triffid, and we were just out there performing one of his songs. So quite a cool thing to be able to go out and meet them and then try and do them proud when you go out there and make a version of one of their songs.
It was really interesting. We were able to go and actually see the different venues in Brisbane. We visited, on one of our excursions earlier on in the term, we visited the Triffid, the Brisbane Jazz Club. So it was nice to see there was a good variety of all the different genres throughout Brisbane. It wasn't very narrow and very focused on just one genre, which was nice.
I think the best thing about working on this project was probably getting to explore the Brisbane music industry, which I previously didn't know much about, and we got to meet heaps of incredible people through making the documentary and also performing. So we met Alison St. Ledger, who was one of the founding members of Women in Voice, and then we also got to meet Queenie van der Zandt for our documentary, which was really cool.